When we went to see lo del cálculo mental, lo de Alexa versus otro niño y otro niño, I took off my jacket and I was like, la 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 la, la. And when we sit down, I'm like, oh, that always happens to you. I'm like, ni modo que así Fashion Nova y todo. Tienen frío.
Okay, hello guys. How are you doing? So yeah, can you guys please help me on this thing? It's raining tacos. Ooh, raining tacos. Rain. It's raining. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Inside the tree. Yum 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 yum. It's like a dream. And red cheese, 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 cheese. It's raining tacos. Ooh, raining tacos. Ooh, raining tacos. This is like actually super laggy for some reason. Ooh, rain tacos. Ooh, rain. Okay, one. Sir, when. Okay.
Where's my gray jeans? Gray jeans.
What?
Red. Gray. Oh.
Yep, it's super laggy. Here, so I can invite you guys over here. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Break, follow. Are your friends, teammates, and call? How do I change the name? Okay, so there can only be 10 people helping. I knew that there's gonna be somehow. Lagging. Ew. Rain tacos. Yeah. Rain and tacos. Okay, it's saved.
I put it right here. Are you sure? Yeah. I remember I left it right.
Yep, this is super boring. Boring. I think I almost got a black eye and yeah. Oh dang, my Duolingo has 31 days without using it. I think I'm going to what? Oh, down arrow.
Got it.
Level.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Peter Papa, Pig Papa, Pig Papa, Pig Papa. I should probably close some things because I got like 1,000 things open, like projects of other things. Oh my god. Oh my god. One left arrow. I think it's -10. Let's see. Open. What is happening? Oh, it's because I was pressing WASD. I gotta put mobile controls on this. What? Oh, dang. Oh, what the? Oh.
Oh my god. You were saying?
Oh my. Okay. Oh, hold up. I gotta charge. BRB. I'm gonna get eliminated from BSB. Now only Mexicans can understand that. Don't you dare use Google Translate. Hey, I'm watching you. I'm watching. You know that's I'm coming right at your house. Have you guys seen the FNAF movie 2 trailer? An object show. How to make an object show? Okay. How to make. Yep, I don't know how to spell anything. How do you make a platformer in Scratch? Yep, I know this is Gandhi ID, but who cares?
Hello, fellow Scratchers. I'm Viv. I love all kinds of Scratch projects, especially platformers. But until now, I've not covered the traditional bread and butter of Scratch, the classic Scratch platformer. There may be no complex lists here, but we have great expectations because we are laying the solid foundations to build up to something more like this. Wow, doesn't that look great? Why not drop me a message in the comments below to share what you are most excited to learn about? There's a lot to see, from the solid platforming to wall sliding. Scratch Cat's feet matching the slope he is standing on. Did you see that? Moving platforms and lava, wall jumping and level navigation. Oh wow! This is all classic Scratch coding. There is no complex lists or grids to worry about, just Scratch at its best, using simple level costumes drawn within the Scratch costume editor. And thus, it's going to be a breeze for you to take what we create together and in no time at all make your very own style of game with it. Oh yeah, I am excited. But we have to start somewhere, and to ensure we get things right, we'll be starting simple, and our concern will be with player movement and collision detection. And for those who've done this all before, no, you may not have done it quite like this. So stay with us. As with my other tutorials, if you want to begin this project by remixing my starter project, then there is a link under the video. This project contains all the costumes needed to get Scratch Cat animating in later episodes. If you are not interested in following this tutorial exactly, then don't worry about using these. But even though we are not using these costumes today, we soon will. And it might be easier if you get them in your project right from the start. I'm just going to remix the project and we're ready to go. So check out these costumes. Loads of cats. Man, yeah, they took me some time to draw, and no, I didn't do them in Scratch. I painstakingly drew them out in Adobe Illustrator. But as I said today, we'll make a new costume for the player. Why are we doing this? Well, because a simple platform.
No, I think I should change this.
Costumes. So using mostly rectangles, I can quickly draw a completely original square protagonist. Just please ensure you have him completely centered. You know, by dragging the big square towards the middle of the drawing canvas until you see it snap into place. Oh yeah, gotta love him. All I can say is, you see this guy and you know exactly what game you're about to play.
I'm just gonna do
I'm
generic
going to
guys.
christen him Guy. There, job done. You know, we should rename this sprite as player, so we know what it's for. Now for the level. Some people prefer to use backdrops. Some people prefer to use sprites for some very good reasons. In these tutorials, I'm going to teach both, but today it's backdrops. So click with me into the stage backdrop. Ensure you select the rectangle tool so that we can draw a perfectly straight line and make a nice floor for our first screen. Next, we can make a few new rectangles to act as stairs. And finally, I'll add a little floating platform to test our skill. That'll do nicely. Click back into the player sprite and we can begin to code. Begin as so often we do with a when green flag clicked block. And then set the player's position X to -150 and Y to 50.
Okay, oh, every time I go into code, it just glitches. Green flag clicked. Go to
Make it
please.
Huh?
I'm in a live.
Well, I mean, I can.
How do we get the player to fall to?
Yeah, but you don't want your secrets. Like,
No, it's not a secret.
Well, I know, but just still.
Simple. If forever loop
Okay.
and change y by, say, minus negative numbers, move us downwards. Run that, and yeah, we can at least
It would just.
he does drop downwards, but very uninspiringly. The problem here is that
Pues,
objects do not fall to the
no quiero
ground
que
at
se
a
rompa.
constant speed.
Pues-
No, the longer they fall, the faster they travel.
Sí,
Right?
no, sí,
Keep track of our
el
player's
de...
speed. We'll need to make a new
el que
variable
como
naming
que
it
se
speed
completa con
y. For this
todo,
point,
el curve completo, si está
Okay.
muy grande, pues mejor la cabecita, porque la verdad no, o sea, me da pena de que y así, y pues quiero tener cuidado.
Speed Y. Hey, how did they know?
smoothly, because it's this player's
So-
speed and no less.
Mejor la cabecita.
We'll set player y to 0 when the point. Starts.
Es que lo
And then
hacía
change speed y
antes
by
y no me
minus
pasaba
negative
nada.
1 e.
Y ahora traigo 2 moretones. O sea, apenas se están haciendo moretones. Me quedé con una piedra.
Loop round. And finally, then change y by speed y. So now, every time the player is moved downwards, they move a little faster than they did the time before. Let's give that a test. Splendid. That's far more convincing, don't you think? Our next goal will be to actually stop when we move round. So, after we've moved down with change y by speed y, add an if, and for the time being, we'll check for touching colour.
Oh, dang.
Let's give that a test. Splendid. That's far more convincing, don't you think? Our next goal will be to actually stop when we hit the ground.
Well, maybe I should just do the background. Why didn't I make it all the way black? Gassy, are you paying attention to your graph patch studies? Yep. I'm actually gonna put a block like she did. But it's gonna be deep with dirt. Ooh, oh dang. Actually watched my friend the first episode. Well, the last
So,
episode.
after we've moved down with change y by speed y, add an if.
If then what the a little bit more controls. Decided to. I never ever lie.
For the time being, we'll check
Yeah.
for touching
You
colour.
never gotta lie to me. Never gotta show me.
Use the colour picker to select the colour of your level.
Ooh. Oh, I know black. I should.
Now, for all of you worrying about using the colour sensing blocks, don't fret. This is just for the time being, as it makes things easier to explain. Right, drop in a stop or
It's controls. Stop.
block within that if, and we can confirm that we are detecting the collisions. Run the project, and now everything comes to a halt.
Oh.
As soon as the player is touching the level. It's worth noting here what touching actually means. Unlike in the real world, when you'd say you were touching something if you were pressed up against it. In Scratch, the objects need to be overlapping to be counted as touching. And this is overlapping. Check. Goal number 3, then, is to get our players back out of the ground again, now that we have collided. Well, if we weren't colliding last frame, we could just move back to where we were before, right? To do that, we change Y again, but this time by negative. Speed Y. That is 0 minus speed Y. Run that again. As soon as we collided, we quickly have been taken.
Why is my thing lagging so much? Just Bro didn't even touch it.
Backed.
I like the way it was. Okay, customs. Oh, no code. I guess this could do.
Just before the collision occurred. That's actually pretty good, but notice the small gap under our player? That happened to be a rather lucky fall. Things can look a lot worse. Let me adjust our starting Y position to 55, and then run the project again. Oh no, that's no good at all. We've moved way too far. The strategy of just moving back out of the floor by the same amount we moved in doesn't work. Instead, we need to carefully move our player back up only a single step at a time until they finally reach the point where we are no longer colliding. Then we can be sure that we are not floating off the ground at a collision, and the world will be set on ice. We'll do this by repeating until we're not touching colour. And in this repeat loop, we'll change Y button.
Why is it laggy? Come on.
One, just one. That is, we move them up 1 pixel at a time. We don't need the stop all block.
They're making a game.
Any longer.
They're making
If we
a
run
game.
that, we can now see after a collision we
They're
are raised
making
back up to
games.
the surface.
Pues le dije a mamá que sabías.
Es que se acabaron los cepillos.
Sí, pero eso.
They're
Ya me
making
estoy
a
And then
quedando
game.
suddenly we plunge back down into the ground again. Oh, why is that? Okay, simple. After an impact with the ground, we need to reset our speed Y to 0, since the impact should have taken all the speed out of the fall.
Like, como sea, I'm just tired of that. Para que estar,
¿Qué para hacer? Está bien.
o sea, es que no tengo sueño.
Great.
Ya.
Gone is the glitch. But I'm not dead keen on the way our player is seen to glide up.
They're making a game. Not lying.
Out of the ground. Luckily, this can be easy to fix using our friend the custom block. So make a new block, naming it Fix Overlap.
Sopita de letras.
And here's the important thing. We click the run without screen reason. Refresh. This means everything we place inside this block will no longer animate, but will finish running before the screen refreshing. This is perfect for getting the player out of the ground without us having to see it happen. Move the entire repeat until block under the new define thing. Overlap block, replacing it with the fit. Overlap. Block itself. Let's see that in action.
Ooh.
Oh yes, smooth. The player now looks to be falling and landing flush with the ground. No visible penetration and no floating or unwanted bouncing around. Perfect. Okay now, before we move on, what if we wanted to change the speed at which the player falls to the ground? Well, that would be changing the force of gravity, right? That's our -1 value over here. What we'll do is create a constant variable specifically for this. Make a new variable, naming it gravity.
Gravity. Make a new variable.
Also, sprites. I make it uppercase to indicate that it is for all sprites.
Gravity force.
And we'll set it to -1 right at the start.
-1.
Then simply replace the change speed y by -1 with the new gravity variable. That makes it easy to remember. How to change the force of gravity at any time later on.
Indeed.
Feel free to play with the values here and have some fun. Talking of gravity, how better to show it off than to add in the ability to jump? And this is surprisingly easy. Right at the top of our forever loop, add in an if, checking whether the up arrow key is pressed.
Okay.
Then we set speed y to a positive number. Say
Te voy a dar
E12.
porque nomás hay una de Sudamérica.
And just run the project. Tap the up key and up we go.
Oh my. Okay. Boop. Boop. Oh my. Boop. 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 Toot, 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 toot. That's cool.
Our speed keeps us traveling up for a moment, and then gravity naturally returns us back to the ground. That is excellent. Of course, there's nothing to stop us holding down the up key and flying away. So it's more of a rocket jump at present, but not to worry, we will fix that later. Next up is walking. Let's add in the left and right movement. If left arrow key pressed, then
¿Estrellitas o letritas?
we need a new variable for our x speed. name it Speed X, again for this rhyme.
Tralale o tralala. Tralale.
Totally.
Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo.
Now, when the left key is pressed, we can change. Yes, don't set this time, not
Tralale o tralala.
set, change Speed X by negative 1.5.
Negative.
We'll do the same for the right key.
Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo. Isa, guarde silencio, los
Negative
jalapeños
Speed X
están
by positive
durmiendo.
1.5. That takes
Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo.
care of our player's acceleration, but doesn't actually move them. That we will do.
Finally, we can take off the stop all. What's a buzzer?
Está bien, no queda más.
Down here, just above the change Y by, we add a change X by Speed X.
Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo. Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo. Okay, variables speed X. Yep.
On the project, and we are off.
Yeah. Because we're going Kung Fu fighting. We're going Kung Fu fighting. Isa, look. Isa, can you see? Okay. Hold up. Yeah. I want to show you. A game.
No, on the way.
A game.
Hi, everybody.
Yep. Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo. Yeah.
You're not even watching.
Oh my. Oh wait, I already has enough. I can keep it though. Now I'm gonna change it to No, I don't want D. I don't want these nuts. These big nuts. Okay, I go with yeah.
I can now press an arrow key and the player begins moving in that direction. However, I have to stress, they don't slow down. But keep on moving very fast in that direction, until, that is, I press the opposite direction arrow key again. Oh man, this is hard to control. What we need is some resistance, that is friction with the floor, to slow us down and stop us moving. Not a problem. Just before we
Okay, I'm gonna
change
give you
speed Y,
a little bit of sopita before you go to sleep.
Okay.
Estrellitas.
Okay. Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo.
Bro, stop.
Dad, I'm making a
Set.
game.
You should be
X2.
reading like 2 pages in español.
That's true.
Read 2 pages, Papa.
Because so I know people.
Huh?
I'm live stream. Pero no pueden ver el outside world.
Speed X multiplied by. Now, value between zero and 1. I'm going to pick 0.8. The closer this number is to 1, the more slippy the floor will feel. Playtesting again, and that's quite a transformation.
Oh my true. Voy a subir volador. Guarden silencio, los jalapeños están durmiendo. Nice. Well, this is starting to actually be like a game.
Intended would obviously be to stop us gliding with this right there, or by detecting the collision and then backing our players sideways carefully out of it, just like we did for gravity. However, I'm going to stop us right there and take a short breather. Why? Because I wanted to try something a little bit different. What I love about coding is that there's always space to innovate, to try doing things a little differently, to see if you can improve things. We yet have many problems ahead of us that we will need to address, some easy to work around and others more problematic. For example, like the player getting caught on irregular pixels of steep inclines, the very pixels that make up our bitmap levels. Man, that is a real doozy. What I'm going to propose is that rather than moving the player in large steps until they collide, and then using small steps to get them back out of the collision, we instead use small steps at all times while moving the player. This allows us to detect collisions as soon as they occur, and also allows us to handle the movement and the collisions in far more detail going forward. Shall we give that a go? We'll begin by replacing just the change Y and collision scripts here. Make a new custom block named Move in Steps. With a numeric input of steps. Make it run without screen refresh. As usual, drop in this new block where we took the scripts from. We'll leave the steps input empty for a moment. So we want to move by speed Y as before, but split up over a number of smaller steps. We'll start by repeating for the given number of steps. useful to remember the last position we were in before the move. Make a new variable, naming it last. Value for this sprite only. Set last value to the current Y position of the player. And now we change Y by, but how? Much. Well, we need to divide the total distance we want to travel, that is speed Y, by the number of steps we're going to take, that is steps. We can then put back the collision check. We can remove the fixed overlap. Since moving by small increments can no longer leave us deeply overlapping the ground on collision, all we need to do is restore the player to their last position before the collision.
Hold up, I do gotta get the charger. It was all fast and reminded me of Sprung Simon. Give me back. I
Set
am
Y position to the last value.
I'm very I am
Record it.
Simon
bring back
and
the old
is
fixed overlap script.
my friend.
Did we forget anything? Ah, yes. We need to borrow that set speed Y to 0 to ensure our player is slowed down after the collision. Super. No looking back now. Throw away the old fixed overlap scripts. Finally,
Oh, dang.
looking back to where we made use of the move in steps block. You just need to decide on how many steps to split this movement up into to ensure it's accurate enough. Well, we could plumb for a number, say 100, perhaps a bit overkill, but let's just give it a test and see if it's working. That seems okay. Let me try moving around, and even dare I bump my head. Yeah, now that didn't work before. So, was 100 a good number of steps to choose? Well, not really, no. Because performing 100 checks every frame is far more than is required, when we might generally only be moving a few steps at a time, maximum. Luckily, we know how far we are moving. It's told to us by the value of speed Y. Only we just have to be careful because it's often negative. So how about we put the maths operator abs, that's absolute, in here around the speed Y. Then it will switch it to always be a positive number and the perfect number of steps to take to move by 1 pixel at each time. Run the project again.
Okay, let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, bro, there's actually like 1,000 variables.
And it feels identical. But we'll be performing far, far less collision checks, which is very good news. This, then, is the perfect time to consider the horizontal movement and resolving of their collisions too. The scripts required are a simple transformation of the scripts that move us by the y direction. I'll temporarily move them over to the right so we can compare them as we code. Set last value to the x position this time. And then divided by steps.
Speed X.
And then check for the collision again with the if touch. Color. If we did collide, then set X back. To the last value.
You gotta be kidding. What the?
And finally, set speed X to 0 to stop us moving further. In that direction. Great. So we can return the Y moving scripts, but put them underneath the X moving scripts. Careful to keep them within the repeat loop. Finally, just scroll up and we can remove the old change X by speed X here, as this is now covered by our changes to the move in steps block. Oh, hold on, one more thing to consider. The move in steps block is only working out the number of steps to move based on speed Y. Well, now we have speed X to consider too. This does complicate matters, but to make life easy, we...
Oh my. Hold up, I did not understand.
Well,
anything
now
now.
we have speed X to consider.
Okay, plus, grab a plus. Grab a plus, grab this.
Too. This does complicate matters, but to make life...
Okay, put this right here. Put this right here. And
easy,
boom.
we can just add the two speeds together. make sure to add the absolute value of speed x to the abs of speed y, like so. And it's testing time again. I'll literally dash over to the first step.
And now we're not like hitting on. We're not going on everything. Yeah, I'll probably let there be like a double jump. Mom, I think I'm lying. Mom, I think I'm lying. Pew pew. Jump. Okay. Stop horsing around. We gotta make a game.
And celebration! We have contact. There's no passing through this. Everything is feeling really solid, which is brilliant news. So where does that leave us? One last thing I'd like to just address before the next episode is the jumping mechanics. At present, I can still fly around by holding up. Let's limit that to a simple jump. For this, I like to make use of a new variable named falling. For this sprite only, this wants to increase all the time, and we are in the air. We can just change falling by 1 at the top. Of the define move in step script. Then, to reset it to 0 when we touch the ground, set falling to 0. When we set speed y to 0 after a vertical collision. If we run the project, it's easy to see this at work. Falling is 0 while we are sitting on the ground, and then quickly starts counting up when we leave the ground. This makes it easy to now limit our jumping to points of ground contact. Scroll to the if up arrow pressed.
Oh, cancel. En silencio, la sala peña se está yendo.
And we can surround the set speed y with an if. Check it. For a falling value less than, say, 3. So why 3? Well, this trick lets the player still jump 2 frames after they ran off the end of a platform. It's often known as a coyote jump, and it helps to keep your game feeling less frustrating. Okay, how does this feel?
Can't jump.
Pretty good. I'm feeling much more grounded. Hey up, did you see that? Oh no, we still have one bug. I was able to stick to the ceiling, holding the jump key. Luckily, I've seen that many times before, and I know exactly what it is. Find the define move in step script. Oh no. Okay, how does let the player stand? Say 3. So why 3? Well, this trick lets the player still jump Two frames
Oh.
have
Accidentally used the wrong one.
they ran off the end of a platform. It's often known as a coyote jump and helps to keep your game feeling less frustrating. Okay, how does this feel? Pretty good. I'm feeling much more grounded. Hey up, did you see that? Oh no, we still have one bug. I was able to stick to the ceiling holding the jump key. Luckily, I've seen that many times before and I know exactly what it is. Find the define move in step script.
Lag. I hate lag. Wait. I'm going to wait. This has been 1 hour. In the video's only like 22 minutes. I think most of the times wasted was
And scroll
just waiting for the lag to stop.
down to the set falling to 0. Okay, so this collision triggers both when we hit the ground and also when hitting the ceiling. We don't want to say we've stopped falling just because we've touched the ceiling, so place an if around the set falling to 0. Make sure to move it above the set speed y to 0, and then check whether the speed y is less
it's
than
raining.
0. That is,
That means I'm probably not gonna have recess tomorrow. Nah.
we are traveling downwards when we collided.
Settle.
If this is the case, then this was a floor collision, and we are okay to set falling to 0. Run the project again. That's it. We are solid, and everything
We were playing football today, and they kind of kicked the ball at my eye, and now it kind of hurts. Not that much. Oh dang! The platform is too high up. High. I said high. I like too high up, not the. Just a shrimp. Yep, the Viper would have hate this part. Okay. Okay, yay. We can get on to it. I'm gonna show this to my mate. Quiero enseñarlo. That's what I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you it. Boom.
Are you using the iPad for this? Or
Yeah, I'm watching it for the tutorial. Let's see.
¿Qué vas a traerte? ¿El iPad? Dile tráete el iPad,
Okay.
papá. O tráete el book.
iPad. Okay, I'll see you to way home. See you. I'll see you tomorrow. There's barely anything today, William. Bye bye.